Welcome everybody to the class. We have a few people in the room, but the rest will come. Let's start our session for today. And firstly, I need your updates. And if you have seen the assignment, then you must know that it's about Facebook and a YouTube channel. And the initial assignment is pretty easy because you can get those subscribers and likes pretty much easily by just uh, getting sharing it with your initial social circle of your friends or relatives, and that's easy. It's just so that you just start on that, and then you can build on those by sharing more. So today we are going to talk about traffic generation. We're going to talk about uh, zero moment of truth, and we're going to talk about something. We'll start on some other platforms, but I won't go into the details much because we just have to first understand the ways that we have to work around our platforms, and then we can go deeper into our platform. Also, I'm going to do the theory part more right now because once our uh, classes start, because you must know that uh, we will have some physical classes whenever the lockdown is over. Even if it is in June, still we will have some classes, and we will have about at least four classes before we have our exam. So we can have a lab session, at least two, three lab sessions in which we can work on those tools. Can have a hand-on experience on those things. So right now I'm trying to cover the theory part more so that you can understand how things work and then you can apply them. Also, I have some uh, videos that are related to all of these things like Google AdSense and, and Facebook and YouTube and other things. So that I can share with you, and then we can also work on that. So going ahead, we have to talk about traffic generation, and we have to talk about zero movement of truth today. But let's first talk about your assignment, your project, your campaigns. Are they going well? What's happening? You want to share something? Please do share. If there is any question about the assignment, you can ask right now. Yes, another thing, there will be a quiz as well.
Okay, may I speak?
Please.
Okay. We are almost like done with our stuff. We'll be starting to publish it within this week. Probably we're targeting it to have it published somewhere around on Tuesday. So we'll be doing it on Facebook. We'll be going through the website as well. And as suggested, we'll be having it on YouTube as well. So the SMS marketing part, if that is discussed in the class, um, as we discussed earlier, that probably we'll be discussing it today. So we'll be targeting and we'll start working on that as well.
Okay, so there are no questions and use topic for the night. Um, Bakar, what's your campaign? If it's relevant to your campaign, sure you can do that. But first, let me ask you what is your campaign? Acha, I have a very important question for from all of you. Have you installed the two extensions that I asked you to? The first one is keywords everywhere, and the other is VidIQ. Have you installed that yet? Have you installed VidIQ and keywords everywhere? No, it's not the same thing. Sir, कितने का आपसे केस in Faisal? They are not the same thing. Let me just turn off the fan. Can you hear me now better? Okay, great. So, vidIQ and YouTube Studio are not the same thing. Definitely not. In fact, let me show you. There are two ways to know which um, what video should you make on. So let's take Bakar's campaign. What's your campaign, Bakar? Or anyone else who wants to share their campaign? Pest control services. Okay. So the Ahad's campaign is pest control services. Let's say we want to um, make videos on pest control services. So I'm going to share my screen, and the first way is to go for Google Trends and see related things. For example, I write pest control and I go for the last 90 days in Pakistan, and or I write fumigation as a topic. It's there. Let's go worldwide. So you see these, there are different um, keywords here, and there are related topics here: sterilization, fogger, chlorine, cockroach fumigation. All these are some topics that people are searching for on Google. So you get the idea that people are searching for these words when they are searching on Google. You can also take these keywords, for example, cockroach fumigation, and make a video on that, make a blog on that, or anything like that. If we go, I took 90 days because it's not a hot topic. Fumigation is not a hot topic. It's not here. Um, we can also go for past 12 months for this. Even fumigation for coronavirus has been up. You can do that because it will be. Let's actually search for that in our YouTube. You'll get an idea. So if we go to YouTube and you write fumigation services in Karachi. So here on the right side, you can see this is from keywords everywhere, and this is VidIQ. It tells me the top channels. It tells me that for these words, now this is the most important part. This is the most important part. There is very low competition. There are two variables given here. The first is the volume and the other is the competition. The volume means how many people are searching for this. So this should be high, which means on the greener side, that it is a lot of people are searching for it, so it's a good topic. And the competition has to be low, which means that there are not many other videos related to it. So obviously, if everybody has a video related to it, then your video will not be seen by many people. It will not be up there other people. So fumigation services in Karachi does not have a big volume, but it also does not have good competition. So it's a good, it's okay. It's an average. 49 out of 100 means okay, you can make a video on that. Let's talk about fumigation for coronavirus. Let's see the here. You see the volume is low, but the competition is higher. Means more people are talking about fumigation. The competition is higher, so you should not actually make it, because even though a lot of people might be searching for it, but there are already many videos on it, so the score is lower. Let's talk about uh, cockroach fumigation. This has also has some competition. Let's So this has better insects fumigation. The word insect fumigation has better score than cockroach fumigation because it has lower competition. I'll give you an example of something that is how you can actually get more of people's attention by going for what we call a hot topic. Now, what's a hot topic? A hot topic is a type of is a topic that is in high demand, or it has high traffic. People are talking about it right now in the last 3 months or so, in the last 30 days or so. For example, right now everybody is talking about coronavirus. The only hot topic is coronavirus. Every other topic is also somehow related to coronavirus, even if the topic is that the Olympics have been shifted to the next year. That's the news. It is because, again, it is because of coronavirus. So the only hot topic right now is that. But usually we have at least 4 to 5 hot topics that are going on, and people are searching for it a lot in those days. And obviously, it doesn't happen that very quickly these videos get up on YouTube or are available on the Google. This content is not there very quickly. People cannot obviously make videos on the go as soon as something breaks out. So it's a good idea to look for that kind of competition. For example, if I want to talk about what people will be searching for right now. So I think people will be searching for lockdown, quarantine, these words. It's already there. So lockdown, maybe activities because they're getting bored. And you see it has a good score because the competition is very low right now. Competition is very low. And if lockdown stories, for example, you see, lockdown stories has a good volume. It has a large volume, 54, but it also has a lot of competition. But still, it's good because it has a lot. It has um, huge volume. Maybe if we add Pakistan, the volume is too low. Right now, people might be searching for coronavirus treatment because that's something that people are talking about. Yeah, you can see that has a huge volume of 70 or of 70, and the competition is not much. It's in medium, not many videos out there on coronavirus treatment. So if there is a video on related to that, even related to that, it will have a very good chance of getting these things. Or, you see the origin, coronavirus origin also has huge volume, and there is, but there is a high competition related to it. So this score, VidIQ actually gives you this score, and when you see this score and the other things, how many views, average views, in the last days, how many are have been there, you can see all that. Related queries, origin of coronavirus, top related keywords. Here you are. These are important. Coronavirus outbreak is the or COVID-19. These are the keywords, related keywords. Coronavirus explained. This is not that much. The most is related keywords is coronavirus origin. Or so what this helps you with is that it helps you to actually see if there is, for example, here coronavirus treatment uh, has a score of 66. Treatment of coronavirus, treatment for coronavirus. You see the difference in these numbers. So you know that this just the difference of choosing this off and for actually changes the scenario for the scores. You can see it's better to make a video of treatment of coronavirus than treatment for coronavirus. It will have lesser chance. So coronavirus outbreak that has huge volume and very and low competition. So the among our searches, because we looked here and we saw the related keywords outbreak, and we searched for that again, and we saw that there is a low competition and a very high volume, which means that we should use these words in our video. These are the words that are going to help us get good viewership. So just like that, you can search for anything, any campaign, um, and it will work for you. You got the idea? Then let's get back. Yes, if the competition is low, it means that uh, there are fewer videos on that. And if there are fewer videos, then the chances of your video getting a better viewership is there. Get the idea? So let's talk about, I'll also show you something. Mm, yeah. So there is a video here. I'll share the screen again. What I did is that using the same VidIQ, I took some keywords and I changed the description of things in a video. And this was the video. It was just a video on Alif Bay for children, children's video for nursery kids to learn about the Urdu Qaida. So you can see the this views, and then at this point, uh, last week on Tuesday, I applied this SEO terms from vidIQ, and and you can see that the view started going up immediately. You can see these views going up. So using this vidIQ will help you to get a good viewership if you use it wisely. You have to understand how this works, the volume and uh, the competition, and also how to use the keywords. Once you install vidIQ, you will understand. In fact, I'll give you guys a quiz on that. Today, I'm going to post a quiz, and when you will attempt that quiz, I'll give you a day or two to work on it. And if you do that quiz, you will understand how it works. So, let's talk about zero moment of truth. So, what is zero moment of truth, and why am I talking about it? Bakar, are you saying something, Bakar? Because your voice is coming here. If not, please mute your. And why are there two Bakar Hussain? we discussed zero moment of truth before in our class or here? So we discussed about it in about Google. Okay, great. So zero moment of truth and how the reviews work. We also discussed that. Did we discuss that? Reviews, how to get reviews. Okay. So basically, the zero moment of truth is has two you can say playing fields. One is the kinds of reviews that you have. For example, Facebook first had reviews, now it has changed to recommendations. So now you have recommendations on Facebook. And when you recommend somebody or do not recommend somebody, that adds to their to the list of opinions people have about them. And those recommendations then help the um, next customers to understand better about uh, the the company. Now these reviews might be there. There are actually uh, different ways to get these reviews. The first obvious way is to have more customers. If you have more customers, they will have reviews. But the problem is that most customers are not willing to share their opinion on the internet that easily because somehow people are just a bit fearful of sharing their own data about themselves, that who they are, and that stops them from sharing their reviews. And that's why even though you have some good customers, still they are not giving you reviews or recommendations on Facebook. You can have reviews on ratings on Google, and you can have separate ratings or recommendations on Facebook. And then the other thing is that on YouTube, your subscribers actually are an indication of how good you are doing. Also, when we are talking about these reviews, it can mean we can have these differently for different industries. For example, in the movie industry, we have IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes that or TV shows as well as for TV shows. We have these ratings that tell us which of the TV show or movie we should watch, how good it has a chance of being good. So these ratings or reviews can be actually created, right? So these reviews can be created by because usually what do you need to create a review to make a review? You just need a Google account or a Facebook account. If you have a Facebook account, then you can go and recommend anybody. So, for example, you can have multiple Facebook accounts. I think you can have many. So, for example, if I have 5 Facebook accounts and I go and give recommendations for somebody, and if I have 10 people who have 5 Facebook accounts, so I can give 50 recommendations to anybody. Now, that can be a paid system as well, that if I pay people to do it. That's why I actually created a project, and I will be inviting you guys in that as well to become proper reviewers. So the idea is to have a team of reviewers who are able to review anything or give recommendations or just give ratings or likes on a page. So when we have the review people working in a team, we can actually do this, that we can have multiple accounts from which we are doing these reviews, and we can have many reviews very quickly on our page. And then after seeing that, people are encouraged to give the real reviews that from the real customers. But to give the impression that we are doing something, people are coming over, it's a good idea to have these, you can call them fake reviews, but the thing is, we have to go for these fake reviews so that people really know what our product is about. Because always word of mouth works better than people telling about themselves, advertising about themselves. Word of mouth always works better. So even if we have to do that, then it works. Obviously, we are not going to have to make some kind of a fraud on anybody. That should not be the case. Uh, the review should not be false, which means if you have a product and if you are selling it, it has a certain quality, then only talk about that quality in your review, even if you are writing your own review or your friend is writing it for you. And don't use any false information. Just write down whatever it is, whatever you are selling truly. Um, the same reviews also work on e-commerce, e-sellers, e-commerce websites like Daraz or any other e-commerce sellers, Amazon. Reviews matter a lot, and that's why you see that they have a certain check on reviews. So you cannot really give a review on Amazon on the Raz unless you have bought the product. That's why it says verified buyer, verified purchaser of this product. So when you have a verified purchaser, it means that person has really bought that product, and hence they are able to say something about it. Even that is that can be faked, because for example, if you are buying something that is of not of a very high price, for example, it's just 100 rupees. So what you do is that you buy your own product. You buy your own product from another person. You pay the shipping, and you get the product. You you become a valid verified purchaser, and then you are able to give your review on Daraz or on Amazon, and then people will see that review, and then they will be more confident in actually ordering that product. So reviews work like that, and I'll be sending you a link, and you must join that page so that you will know how it works. I'm going to develop a proper system for that so that people can actually work on it as a team. My idea is to have at least 1,000 people on the team so that we can actually make bigger impacts on pages. Even uh, the businesses that are doing very well, even they don't have a lot of recommendations on their pages. They are just a few hundreds, even if their uh, customers are reaching a million, even then their recommendations are in hundreds. So it's a big gap, I believe, to have a team of reviewers, and we must work on that. So the important thing to understand is that these reviews work and they have an impact because people search for this information, and when they look at others people's opinions, they become more confident about the thing that they are going to buy, the restaurant they are going to, the movie they are going to watch, Even the recipes that are there, people look at how other people responded. If they really made a recipe that was on the internet and it worked out well for them or not. You're going to buy a cell phone, and if that cell phone uh, is really is good or not, you see the reviews, you see the forums of people talking about that cell phone. So it works. The other playing field for the zero moment of truth is the ratings and the rankings. For example, in a particular industry, what I'm concerned about is the ranking of things. In Pakistan, we don't have many kinds of rankings for many services or products, but in the in many developed countries, in the USA or Europe, you will see that they have rankings for almost everything. They have rankings for doctors, for hospitals, um, for any kind of service, even for celebrities. So they have a ranking system for these celebrities as well. Which celebrity is on top? Who is actually making more news? And that ranking helps both the people to follow the celebrity who is in demand, and also um, increases actually shows the value of the celebrity for a marketing campaign. If a certain celebrity is in the news and people are talking about that celebrity has a good image, then it's a good idea to take that celebrity, cast that celebrity in any project, if it is an advertising campaign or a content campaign or even a simple endorsement of any campaign, a shout out, what you say. That celebrity carries more value than others because that celebrity is on top because of the recent news, because people are following that person. And that person, the followership of that person can be through any platform. It can be mainstream, it can be because a movie just launched out, it can be because that person has just joined Instagram and uploaded a picture, and it can be anything, anyway. It can even be conjured, which means it can be created. You make a campaign just so that you can introduce somebody, make a huge, buzz about it by having that person first talking about it, publicizing it, and then having certain campaign related to it. A good idea to use publicity along with digital marketing because they go hand in hand. Which reminds me that I have to ask you if you know what publicity is. If you know what publicity is. So the question is, do you know what publicity is? Can you define publicity? Can you tell me if you really know? It's not advertising, I can tell you that. Free ka word of mouth. Okay, the first thing about publicity is that it's always paid. It's never free. If it's free, it's word of mouth. It's not publicity. There are two different things. Spreading to people like coronavirus is publicity. Spreading to people. No. Okay. Let's talk about the basic communication model. The sender and the receiver and the message and the medium. We talked about it the last time as well. So when we have the sender, it means the first party perspective, the first person. When we have um, the second person is the receiver. So that's the second party perspective. So the sender and receiver is there, and then there is a message. Yeah. There is a message and there is a medium. The message is what the message is, but the medium can also be alive. Alive means that there are people in that medium. For example, the television channel that people use to advertise their um products is alive. It has people. It has people who are governing what goes on. They are the gatekeepers of that medium. So the TV channel doesn't only show you the advertisement of people, it also talks about these products and services, even if the advertisement is not being shown, which means that in the news or in any other situations, you will see that they will be talking about uh, uh, these things, even if they are not advertising them, which means you do not obviously see these products uh, directly being shown to you. I'll give you a couple of examples so that you can understand. Publicity is not the same as product placement. Product placement means that you put the product on the screen while being used by somebody, even if it is used by somebody, the host of the morning show, or a person in a drama, or in the lyrics of a song. It's placed in the content. That's product placement. That's not publicity. Publicity is when the medium itself talks about the product or the service or the company. The medium talks about it. Now, how does the medium talk? The medium talks like, for example, the TV channel, news channel has news and it talks about a certain product. That is publicity because the medium is talking about it. Now, when the medium is talking about it, we are likely um, to have a good opinion about it, to see it as credible because we trust that medium, and therefore, whatever it says we take it for real, and that's why these channels they are paid to do this publicity. I'll give you another example. It's not just this news. There was a campaign for in which clear the shampoo used the celebrity Cristiano Ronaldo, for their campaign. But there was a problem that in Pakistan, the Cristiano Ronaldo was not that famous when that campaign came in at that time. He wasn't that famous. So people didn't really know much who this person is. So in the initial tests, it came out that it's likely that people will see this and still not have a good impact because they just don't know who this person is. So before the advertising campaign was launched, there was a publicity campaign. People in cooking shows, people in morning shows, people in a lot of shows were given these shirts that on the back of the shirts was written Ronaldo. They were football kits, football t-shirts, and on the back it was written Ronaldo. and these shoes were given to these people on the shows. They used to wear them, especially in the cooking shows. You see that the cooking shows are very, it's likely that a person shows his back trying to work around in the kitchen and shows this Ronaldo name on the back of the t-shirt again and again and again. That thing goes in the mind that there is a football player Ronaldo. They made about, I think, many hundreds of appearances. Um yeah, no, not for advertising purposes. Publicity is not advertising. Just understand this. When you read a blog on Express Tribune about let's say 10 ways to use your quarantine time, and there is a blog on it, and that blog shows that the 10 ways include reading a book, and then playing with your um, children, or watching television, watching a movie, or taking Netflix, or cooking at home. Then you can see that there is a brand Netflix that is inserted in there, and then you can understand that Netflix actually paid Express Tribune to put its name in the top 10 methods to use your quarantine time. And believe me, Express Tribune takes uh, hundreds, from thousands to hundreds of thousands of rupees to actually give these, to put these blogs in the right place, and put these content in the right blogs with the right traffic. So they take this money and then they do it. It's not considered unethical because it's part of how things roll in the media place. That's not. It is what it is. So it's not advertising. No, it's not promotion. It's publicity, which means you use the medium itself to to communicate whatever your message is. Now, the interesting part, what I wanted to talk about is that when you have publicity, then you can actually make your own publicity. That's something that I would like you to try. For example, um, somebody had a nutrition guide, right? Ruha's group has nutrition guide. So, for example, we make up, we say this, there is um, an organization, or just a group that is related to nutrition guide. There is a question: billboards, brochures, pamphlets are publicity. They are advertisement, definitely not publicity. Billboards are directly talking to you. Pamphlets is any television, or any using any medium. Billboards are outdoor medium, so it's a medium, and they are talking directly to us. So it's definitely advertising, not publicity. So okay, so when we are saying, okay, when we are saying that we should do some publicity, And a good way to do publicity is to first have an authority talk about you. So how can an authority talk about you? For example, if let's talk about first talk about health facility. So there is College of Physicians and Surgeons. There is an American Heart Association. So if there is an American Heart Association, and that American Heart Association says that in Pakistan, the best facilities for a cardio hospital is in Tabba Hospital. And we saw that they have very good equipment and expert people who are working there. So when American Heart Association talks about it, because being the authority on cardiac things, they will have a big impact on the people who are going to heart for heart problems anywhere in Karachi, because they will know that because since the American Heart Association has called that this is good, then it must be good. So we have this authority. We have somebody who is related. So interesting part is that not always that you need a certain verification from anywhere to become the authority. Sometimes the image of being an authority also works. For example, we say Pakistan uh, Nutrition Council. So what we do is that we create a group called Pakistan Nutrition Council. In Pakistan Nutrition Councils, this group has many dietitians, experts, and their job is to talk about nutrition, and then this Pakistan Nutrition Council has these members who evaluate the quality of nutrition in certain products that we eat. They can be packaged products, they can be restaurants, they can be anywhere that we are consuming things, even if it is not directly being consumed, but indirectly. For example, um, the air freshener that we are using, we are also inhaling it. So is that going to affect us? All these things can come under Pakistan Nutrition Council. Giving out in publicity, giving out information about product for advertisement. No, not advertisement. Get away from advertisement. It's not advertisement. It's not nowhere near. No, leave advertising alone. Not that. Publicity is separate. It's just what it is. It is when the medium is talking about your medium is talking about your brand. So you get the idea. I was talking about Pakistan Nutrition Council that we create, or Pakistan Nutrition, something like that. Um, so when this Pakistan Nutrition Council has a YouTube page and they talk about the quality of the product, slowly people will start to take it as authority. People will say that this group is talking about this particular brand, and they are very helpful in telling us what is nutritious and what is not. And then your this Pakistan Nutrition Council says that if you want to go for a good nutrition guide, then Nutro Guide, these people who don't really know about, I have no clue who they are, but these people, Nutro Guide, they are very good, and you should sign up for them. So first, create an authority, get people on board who will work just because of the privilege of being in that group, and then you use that as a platform to benefit your brand, your company. Medium can talk about it in this way that the blogs that are written by newspapers, e-papers, they are written by the medium. The news channel, the news that you see on the television, they are created by the news channel. If it has some uh, content related to products and companies, then definitely it is the medium is talking about them. The brand is not talking. If I say that Samsung is going to launch its new phone today, and it is expected to be better than iPhone. So this news is something that the television channel can come up with, and when they are doing that, then people will listen and they will actually think that Samsung will is going to be better than iPhone. So that's how the medium is talking. So you get the idea how to create these reviews, how to do these rankings. You can, if there is no ranking, interestingly, we can start our own ranking. It's going to stop it. It's just a ranking. We can actually make our ranking, and then we can put our rank in that ranking as well. Yes, it can be reporters as well. Reporters do this. They actually make VNRs, video news releases, that include these products or restaurants or services. They do that. That's also publicity. Yeah. Reporters also do publicity to VNRs. It's a big topic, publicity. We can discuss the whole of it, but you get an idea. You can search on it. Maybe I'll share some content about publicity as well. Anyway, so this is how we do it. The first is to get these recommendations and reviews. The other is to have a ranking, and the third is to become the authority yourself, and then you can endorse your own product. So be the authority as well as the beneficiary. Now, talking about traffic generation, whatever platform you are choosing, you need to have traffic. So what I need you guys to do is that I'm going to send you a template in which there is some basic data that is that you can get from anybody, which will include their name and their possibly their age, uh, their email address, their cell phone, at least one contact, and something about them, and that will help us to have a database of people. And when we will have a database of people that we can access, if we have, for example, 5,000 cell phone numbers, then we can just go ahead and send a bulk SMS to these 5,000 people easily. We can have a WhatsApp group, add these people, and then we can send messages to them for free. We can have these email addresses and we can send bulk emails to these people. So a consolidated database will help us all to work on every each other's campaign. So what I would like you to do is that you make a database of every person that you come in contact with. Uh, you don't need to, obviously, if you don't want to share a particular, for example, your relatives' data with that, that's okay, that's fine. But whatever people you come across in your marketing activity, you make a database of that. Uh, I'll give a spreadsheet to you for that, and you just fill it up, and then we can share that database file with each other so that we can have access to more traffic. Then we have access to more traffic, we can actually share those contacts to have more likes, more subscribers, more people as using that we can use as a word of mouth for our recommendations, for our reviews, for all of these things. So it's a good idea to have more traffic generated till we reach at least 1,000. If we have 1,000 people with us, we can uh, do anything actually. So interestingly, a lot of things that we consider uh, very consider many people consider valuable have just been opined by people, you can say, have just been recommended by a few people, and even then we believe its credibility. For example, in the Pakistani movies, we see that just a few hundreds or even dozens of people talk about a movie on IMDb, and yet we believe that number. So we have this capacity to generate some traffic, get a database, and then we can share these things. So for the next class, till the next class, we have. Just in case you guys don't know, we are going to have our exams in July, and we are going to have physical classes uh, and just after the lockdown or whenever the university opens, we are going to have some physical classes so we can discuss any problems that you have. There is not going to be a midterm, there is going to be a final exam in which we will have it in July, and we will have some classes and hopefully some labs as well. So we can discuss many things there as well. But it's important that you work on your projects. This is a good time because you have some extra time right now. You have probably you've gained a couple of months by this lockdown to have extra time for your campaigns, and in the 10-15 days that people are locked inside their homes, it is also a good time to increase your subscribers or viewership because people will be doing nothing else but watching things on the internet. So, so anyway, I'm going to post a quiz. The assignment is there, and I'm going to send some text as well. Uh, do that, look into it. I'm going to post this video that of this lecture as well on YouTube. So if you missed it or missed a part of it, you can go and watch it again. Um, Share your progress with me on Google Classroom, whatever you are doing. If there is any help required, you can. We had that WhatsApp group now active. You can ask me there. I don't usually use WhatsApp a lot, so maybe I won't reply immediately, but I will check it sooner or later, and then I can comment on whatever you want, or I can help you with these things. Yes, I would like that, but the thing is that we have to actually show HEC that we are working, and we are um, we are going ahead with our learning experience and everything. That's why we need to have these assignments and quizzes for the HEC to know that these online classes are being held just like normal classes. That's why we have to have some quizzes and assignments. Okay. So be sure to keep checking. Um, yes, I've seen your website. It's fine, but it can be better. There are no links. There are no videos. There are not much in it. It's good for a start, but you need to build on it. So keep checking your Google Classroom, and then we can discuss this. Okay, so goodbye to everyone for now, and see you next time. We'll have it the same time at 9, because some people have their classes at after 11. So we'll keep this time from about 9 to 10:30. Yeah, you can discuss on. मैंने तो कब का रखा, मैंने तो कभी नहीं रखा 10-50 का। मैंने कब रखा?